from the couch conversation. Steve Copeland from the couch conversation. Steve Copeland from the couch conversation. Steve, I was gonna say, why my phone look like it's leaning the wrong way? But Steve Copeland from the couch conversation. Steve Copeland from the couch conversation. Steve Copeland from the couch conversation show. I'm definitely gonna try not to be too long, but I want to share this right. Please stop trying to tell me how I should talk. Please stop doing that. If you do not have the courage, if you do not have the balls, if you do not have the confidence to speak the truth, please stop telling me how I should talk. Because number one, I only give people back what I have experienced in my life. And if you don't want it, I'm talking about from what I learned from. When I say my experience, not based on my opinion, not based on what I think, not based on how I feel, please stop doing it. I have 31 years clean. That's from living a wicked way of life. If you want to know how, you can remove yourself from living a deceitful, a wicked way of life. I can share with you what I have been doing a day at a time, not to continue practicing that. Do not tell me how I need to come on here. Excuse me, guys. This is how I did this. This is how I did that. I just don't do it anymore. I can walk you through a process of removing yourself from certain things and not repeating it again, a day at a time. Well, you gotta be more humble when you do it. I got you. Um, you know what? I told myself, I said, Steve, because y'all know I talk a lot. I said, you have to be real, real patient with people. And you have to respect where people is at when they don't see or they not where you at. I don't have 2 years old blind phase like I used to be. I don't have 10 years clean, 15, 20, 25. And the reason why I'm saying that, because each year I begin to see something different because you begin to grow. So what I seen last year and how I looked at life last year, I don't see it like that this year. So I can only share with you, the growth. But I just want to say this. If you're the type of person that don't care to learn from somebody else's experience, you don't have to. You don't have to. I done sponsored many, many, many of men and women. A lot of them, ministers, deacons, have jobs. I mean, started their own businesses and stuff. I only help them with, learning the morals, values, and principles and living a better quality, a way of life. That's all I do. But you're going to tell me how I should help somebody when you don't do what I do. And I'm learning now, maybe I need to stop sharing the truth about things and just share in theory what I think, how I feel, and not based around personal experience. Because that's how I'm starting to see things now. When you trying to share with people, well, this was how I was able to come out of an abusive marriage and stay out of it a day at a time. Even though I still love that person, and my mind be like, yeah, you need to go back, but that person's still the same. And I'm telling myself, no, you don't. But self telling me, yes, you do. So I'm telling you how to come out and work out of something that was unhealthy. and stay out of it for over 10 years now. Well, you can't do this. You got to say it like that. I'm like, my story. And do you know a lot of y'all get mad at me? Because I'm just sharing my truth. Oh, he need medication. He need this. For sharing my story. For sharing my coping mechanisms. Because I'm not afraid to go to a therapist or a counselor and share about where I'm at to make sure I'm still moving in a positive direction. But you are, and I'm telling you, sometimes you might have to step outside of yourself and go talk to somebody outside just to make sure you're doing the right things. You still on the right path. Because self can tell you, you're not. I wasn't finished. So, I'm just saying that, y'all, because I talk a lot, and I'm starting to realize more how I just need to continue doing what Steve Copeland do. And stay away from supporting people on their platforms because I have enough of my own. Just like right now, I'm on my Restream. I'm talking right here, but I'm on YouTube too. I'm talking right here. It's recording on LinkedIn. I'm talking right here. It's on two of my Facebook pages. I'm talking right here. It's on LinkedIn. Because the goal is encouraging and motivating others. But then when I open up my mouth and I tell people what I do as a life coach, y'all gonna try to correct me on me sharing life experiences on how you work out of certain situations and stay out of it. If I tell you I'm a deacon, and then you know what somebody will say? What do that mean? Well, I'm a ordained deacon. You don't know what an ordained deacon is? So, in a way, it'll tell you, I know a little bit about Bible. Okay? I understand a little bit about religion. If I tell you I'm a Christian, the only thing I'm telling you, I'm a loving, caring, kind, considerate person. Don't get the religion mixed up. Christ was not a religious man. But that's what your religion might teach you. He spoke against religious teaching because it tends to separate us. Everybody don't believe in Jesus Christ. All religions don't preach on Jesus. But guess what? I didn't understand that early on, but I understand it now. Because my journey is spiritual. So I'll sit here and I'll listen to you tell me all about religion doctrine, theology, the teaching, but compare it to the now. Compare it to back then. You can't do it because you stuck. But if I open up my mouth, that's not what the Bible said. Well, I interpret it a little bit different now. But that's not what the Bible said. I break it down and keep it simple. You like to quote scripture, but are you living what you're quoting? Well, Paul said in Ephesians 4 and 5. Oh, Paul said it. What do you say? Well, it ain't about me. Oh, okay. Now y'all can get mad. Because you know why? I had to realize the truth. And that's not to knock nothing that we know. or what we was taught. It's not to knock it. I tell y'all I'm a community activist. I tell y'all I'm a human rights advocate. Do you understand what a community activist do? Do you understand what a community organizer does? Do you understand what a community outreach coordinator does? If you don't, ask Steve Copeland. I can explain it to you. What the positions is I hold. They just titles. But it's the work I do. That's what y'all miss. I'll sit here and I'll share certain things with y'all, and I will tell y'all step by step in my conversation what I did or do, mainly when it comes to helping others, because I had to learn it for myself first to move forward. I can only take where I was stuck at and share with you how to move away from it. If you don't want to listen, you ain't got to listen. I can't force it on you. But then I'll get people, you'll turn around and tell me, well, it's your deliverance. How else am I going? I'm talking. And I know for a fact, guess what? I'm not going to reach everybody. I learned that throughout the years. If I can help one person, listen to what I'm saying. If I can help one person, and I may not never know who they is, if I can help one person turn their lives around, I did what God told me to do. And that's what a lot of y'all miss. I cannot keep adjusting myself for other people. Know why? Because I will lose me. Trying to please you. I'll lose me. So I have to stand on, what Steve Copeland, fell short on and how I grew away from it. So now I can stand here. I'm going to fall short again somewhere. I'll learn from it and stand on, that's how life is. We fall down. We get back up. So if y'all don't believe that we fall down and you can rise above it, then you stay down. I can't tell you how to rise above something if I haven't rose above it. So if I tell you how I rose above it, don't tell me how to deliver my message and telling you how to rise above it. I confused you just now, didn't I? Because you're listening to me here. And what I say it all the time. Because of us being here, and what I say, it doesn't make sense. So I'll tell you, listen to my spirit. Because the truth will receive the truth. So if you receive in my spirit, you can understand what I'm saying. But if you talking while I'm sharing, you're trying to figure me out. Know why? I used to do that. I used to listen to people talk, and I had to answer way before you finished. And that showed me I wasn't listening. I'm only sharing that. I'm only sharing that, right? Because guess what? I learned it myself. I had to learn that. Now, at 62, my goal is I want to be taught, because I know everything. I ain't gonna, because me saying that because I think I know everything. That's why I said I know everything. But I realize I don't know everything. And I can still, be taught. So I'm open, to at 62 to even learn more because I want to grow more. Because everything I think I know, at 62 I'm realizing I need to know more. So I gotta humble myself. I'm only sharing this, y'all, because I'm realizing for me, when I come on other people's platforms on TikTok, my goal is to start shutting my mouth. And I don't really care to speak on people's stuff because it's not the individual. Well, if you the host and you invite me to speak on your show, do not tell me what to say because I really sometimes I don't know what I'm gonna say out my mouth because I'm listening. I'm trying to listen to my spirit. So if the spirit speak through me to say something, then I don't need you to get upset because I'm sharing from my spirit what he wants me to put out there. But your ego and your pride is going to tell me how I need to deliver it to you. You better back up. Because I don't know. I don't know basically how it's going to go. But you know what it is a lot of times? It's my own people. I don't like the way you said that. Okay. Let it go. You could have been nicer. I would have accepted more. Well, you already did. You just told me. Because you said you didn't like the way I said it, but you got it. Huh? Yeah. Stop playing with me. Stop playing. You playing with yourself. How you gonna tell help how to help you? Because if you already knew how to help yourself, you wouldn't need help to help you. You wouldn't need outside resources to help you. But then you want to reach out for help and then tell help how to help you. Well, if you knew what to do, why did you ask somebody to help you? Did I lose you? So, this is what I'm starting to learn. Stop telling people how they need to help themselves. Stop trying to be a homeless advocate when you know homeless people don't know where to go to get the proper help. Stop helping them. Let them stay lost. Well, no, that's not what you're supposed. Oh, but you gonna tell me how to do my job? Well, you that can't even help yourself. Yes, I can. I know what to do for Steve. That's why I know what to do to help others. It didn't say I wasn't gonna fall down. The point was getting back up in life. That's just like telling me because my first marriage fell apart, I shouldn't have got married the second time. And it fell apart. So you telling me I shouldn't get married a third time? Maybe it'll work. A day at a time. But you got to put in the work. That's one thing I can tell you about the other two. But I don't know. I don't know. My first wife was my best wife. My first wife, I loved, but I wasn't in love with. Well, how do you know the difference? Because my second wife, I didn't just love her, I was infatuated with her. I loved the grounds she walked on. I basically worshiped her. And it's not that I didn't do that with my first wife, because the quality of a man is going to take care of his. And my first wife knew it. She said, Steve, I understand you love me, but you're just not in love with me. And she told me, you can go. Because I was in another relationship outside. Oh, y'all don't want to hear that. Oh, no, you was wrong. You was wrong. Because you miserable. And you staying there being miserable rather than doing what you need to do to have peace in your life. Because the Bible says God never once said for us to be miserable. So please don't do that to Steve Copeland. Because that's how we trap a lot of people. That's how we fool a lot of people. It's not for you to be in a relationship or be in a marriage and you miserable, or that person making your life a living hell. It's to grow together. And if sometimes it just don't work. How I know? I've been married twice. The second marriage was falling apart. I decided not to continue doing the work, to continue trying to make it work. It was driving me crazy. So you know what a lot of y'all would say? Well, you should have stayed anyway. Oh, to be drove crazy? Uh-huh. I'm only sharing my experience now. I can't share yours because I'm not walking in your shoes. So do you understand when it comes to, because I made a statement about facts and fiction because of something we talked about the other day. See, the fact is the truth because you already you know whatever it is something that actually happened. That's the fact. Fiction is, well, I think it was this, I think it was that, or you give your opinion on stuff. That's not fact. But it's your fact because of what you think and how you feel. Because you giving your opinion, not what you actually seen with your own two eyes or witness for yourself. That's how the police told me. You witness for yourself with your own two eyes. And I'm being sarcastic and I'm being smart, right? Because, like I said, I'm going to stop. I'm definitely going to stop. Because if you want me to come up and speak on your platform or whatever, I'm only going to share my experience, okay? Because that's all I have. Do not tell me how I need to share it because I'm going to sit here and try to think, okay, well, what can I say out my mouth so that I won't upset nobody? And I never know when I open up my mouth who might not, like what I say, how I said it, how I do it. I ain't worried about that. That's people pleasing. So I gotta be myself. If I'm so busy trying to adjust myself to somebody else and how they might perceive me and how they may take stuff, that's people pleasing. Because I'm trying to say stuff to satisfy you. No, I pray. And I ask God to move me out the way. Because you're looking at me. And you might be looking at my facial expressions. You might be looking at our front teeth missing. You might look at everything else rather than actually feeling what I'm talking to is your spirit. And I don't mean no harm to hurt nobody. But if you get hurt, it ain't me. Maybe it's something you need to look at that's in you. Because whatever you say out your mouth shouldn't bother me. That's coming out of your mouth. And then you know how we receive things. Even if you saying something that's in a negative way, I've been called all kinds of names. All kinds of names. I was called a porch Negro. I'm like, oh my God, what is that? And I looked it up, and it was a old person on the porch in a swing. I said, yeah, I am. But see, when I said that, because of the race, because the word Negro just meant color, dark skin, person on the porch, on the swing, like one of them swing chairs. I said, yeah, I am. But I didn't know what it was. Somebody called me an Uncle Ruckus. I'm like, what? What is that? You know why? Because when you don't see things with a slave mentality and you live in a more conservative, above the line lifestyle, you are porch person. You are Uncle Tom. Because a lot of y'all called me that. My people, my own people. Because I start standing for something. And that's your way of insulting me and cutting me down. And when you do, keep in mind, I already know you're afraid. I already know you don't have the courage. You don't have the confidence to stand up and speak out like I do. I already know that. I already know. It takes courage to do the couch conversation show. It takes courage to have a topic called keeping it real. Because when I say keeping it real, I'm just saying I ain't got nothing to lie about. So when I keep it real, I'm giving you the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Raise your right hand. So those are the ethics I run off: loyalty, faithfulness, trust, honesty to myself, for myself, so I can give it back. That's all. What did you just say? Be true to thyself. Be true to thyself. To thy own self, be true. That's all. And the only thing I try to do, like I say, y'all, and I don't like that word tribe, but I don't know nothing to replace it with. You know what I mean? So it's about feeding y'all positive information, motivational information, encouraging information. Um, During the time, I was going to say I was running off at my mouth because I'm always running off at my mouth. And I was doing it in such a negative way to other people. But to me, you could not tell me I was wrong. You can say it all you want. But if I don't see it, I got to see it to say, oh my God, they was right. But I got to see it for myself. And then what I'll do, when I recognize I was wrong, I'm going to tell y'all I apologize for the way I was bringing stuff. Now, however you received it, I can't fix it. But I can just tell you this: any harm I brought towards people when I was real arrogant, self-centered, in y'all mindset, I'm a real loving, caring, kind, considerate person. I'm a very affectionate person. I get caught up in my feelings and emotions, and I do not regret that. I am a crybaby. If you tough, if you strong, if you don't let nothing bother you, God knows I wish I was like that. I wish I was like that. But as a human being, life hurts. Look at me. I'm 62 years old. Look at the little bit of gray hair. Know why? Because I try my best not to let life, even though it stresses you, stresses me out to death. Look at this. Look at this black hair. Look at that. I ain't even got to use no Beijing. You know why? Because I try my best not to let life weigh me down. Because I talk about stuff that helps relieve the stress. I love y'all because it's almost a half an hour. The goal was to do like 10 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. I love y'all. I thank y'all. And this Steve Copeland from the Couch. Steve Copeland from the Couch. Steve